Hello everyone, how are you all? Welcome back to BnF Analytics. Today we are going to look into the best way to learn data analytics in 2024. So, before getting Hello everyone, how are you all? Before getting started within it, we need to understand that what are the different things that you need to have into 2024. So the best thing is that you are prepared now to get into the world of data, right? As you will move ahead in the upcoming time, you will see a lot of challenges in the field of analytics. So how you will get ready to look into the field of analytics. That's the best thing. So get ready that how to get into the world of analytics now. Okay. So how you are going to work with it, how you are going to look into the analytical area. That's the best way to work with it. So let's move ahead and see what are the different things, what are the roadmap that we need to get into the data analytics. Are you ready? So you can post into the chat box also. The comment box is also open for you all. So if you have any queries, put it into the comments. I will take care of it. I will reply you whatever the queries you are having with. Okay. So let's see. So the main four tools that are working for the analytics right now, these are the learning path for data analytics. The very first tool that you need to understand is the Excel. Either you can avail Excel or you can go with the sheets also. Okay. So get ready, right? And, understand that this is the first tool you need to understand. Most of the time, when you are getting into the data analytics domain, you forget or you avoid to get into the field of Excel. Don't leave it behind. Take it first because Excel or the sheets are the backbone of data. Approx 70% of the data is still handled or structured using Excel only. Okay. Second tool that you need to go through is SQL. Why SQL? Because SQL is the best tool that is used by most of the companies to structure their data, to take care of their data servers, to manage their data warehouses. Okay, that's why second tool that you need to go with is SQL. Third tool that you need to go through is the Python. Why Python? People says that it is a programming tool. So why should we go through the Python? We are into data analytics. We are not data scientists. So what is the requirement of Python then? Let me tell you that Python is the tool which is most required now because all the things that you will do using Python is the predictive analytics. If you are not able to predict the things for the companies, they don't require analytics. And the best tool for now is Python. And the time that is coming ahead with us after 2023 is the time of AI. You need to get prepared for artificial intelligence also. So get prepared with the basic structure of Python at least. Okay. Then the fourth tool that you need to go through is a visualization tool. You all heard about the dashboards and creating the interactive insights using the graphics. For that purpose, you need to learn one visualization tool. You can do visualizations into Excel and Python also. But the interactive dashboards that you require to share with your stakeholders is from a particular visualization tool. You can avail Power BI or Tableau, any one of them. Okay. So in today's session, we will go through the content of Power BI, that what are the different contents that you need to learn. Okay. So get ready. I will let you know the complete roadmap, that what are the different topics or what are the different functions or what are the different concepts you need to learn to get into the job of data analyst. Okay. Once again, welcome you all to learn the path for data analytics in 2024. So some of my viewers ask me that how we can divide our time map for learning data analytics. There are a lot of things, a lot of courses available in the market. Those says get ready within 3 months, within 6 months, within 15 days, even I heard that. So don't get into the rumors. You are in the domain of data, and this data is handled by using mathematical tool, that is statistics. So you need a practice to get good hands-on experience or the expertise in the tools. So first thing that you need to understand, that elevate your time duration for learning. Evaluate it. That what is the total time duration that I need to get into it. So minimum is 1 year. Don't get involved in any rumors. Minimum 1 year is required if you are a fresher to get into data analytics. There are 4 tools I told you. So for 4 tools, at least 1 year is required. Then only you will get comfortable. You will be confident. You will be motivated by your learnings. That yes, now I am able to perform in analytical area. Fine. So then for that 1 year, what should we do? What are the things we need to do in that 1 year? First of all, map your time with your requirement. What are the different area I am selecting for myself to get into? Sometimes you say that I just need to handle the data. So Excel and SQL are sufficient for you, right? So according to that requirement, map your time with it. At least 2 months for a single tool is required. 15 days or maximum 1 month to learn the basic concepts of any tool. And the remaining 1 month is required to get the working with the tool using the projects. Okay. Then after mapping your time with your requirement, you need to select the sequence of the tool. How I will move ahead with the tools. If you will select visualization first, Python, then Excel, then SQL, or first of all, you try to create your portfolios, the sequences are not working for you. You will get puzzled. The best sequence, even from my own experience, is that first of all, dedicatedly give 2 months to Excel. Okay, get involved in 2 months for Excel only. Select one tool at a time. Don't get involved in any such kind of activities where within 1 month all the tools are to be carried on. Don't try to get involved in multiple tools at a time. That will not make you learn the things. Even after completing 3 months with multiple tools, after 3 months, you will say, I am on zero now also. So, what is the best thing? That get a single tool at a time. So, first 2 months, give it to Excel. Next 2 months for SQL, 2 months for Python, and minimum 2 months for any of the visualization tool. Then 4 months dedicatedly are required to create your portfolio. How you will represent, how you will showcase what are your learnings, what are your projects you done with, how, when, where, what type of tool you used in your analytics, what is your basic domain. All these things are showcased using your portfolios to the company. Many times nowadays, the companies are asking for your portfolio URL. So, if you want to stand out from the crowd, you need to create your portfolio also. It will be automatically created. You just need to structure it again in these 4 months, right? So, what are the things that you need to go through? First thing in portfolio is your projects. So, whatever you are doing in this session also, I will let you know that what are the different portfolio websites you can create them. So, whenever you will complete your 8 months journey with these tools, definitely you will create some projects in it. Those projects will help you initially to create the base of your portfolio automatically. Okay. So 4 months. Why is it so? Because creating portfolio is not a typical task. But what is the projects? What are the content of that portfolios that consumes time? The projects that you will work on are the content of your portfolio. So this duration of 4 months will be utilized for your project practice. Whatever the projects you are creating while your 4 months of practice, that is the duration when you are creating your portfolio. Okay, so let's get into the different tools and the complete scenario of these particular tools also. So different resources we have. Learners, the viewers generally ask me, we already structured the frame that in within 1 year I need to go with it. But now either I will select or I will go with any courses. People ask me that, are you providing any courses? Which course I need to avail to get into the data analytics domain? So you don't go with any courses initially. Okay. How to plan for it? First of all, you have the biggest resource of learning, that is YouTube. Basic understanding of data analytics. What is data analytics? What is the role of data analysts? What are the different tasks you need to do in data analytics? How you need to get into data analytics? What are the responsibilities of data analysts or business analysts, you can say? How you want to learn what is Excel, what is SQL, what is Python, what is visualization tools. If you will not learn those basic understandings, it will be very typical to get into this field. Whenever what we do, if we plan to go somewhere, suppose you are traveling from Mumbai to Hyderabad, you have some plan with you. You have a track that this much of kilometers are there. If you are driving with your own vehicle, if you are traveling with some public transportations, you have your plannings that okay, this is the location where I need to go. This much of time it will consume in traveling. This is the place where I will stay. You are not going anywhere without those basic understanding of that location. At least you know why you are going over there. That particular task will complete or not. That depends after arrival. But the basic understanding of that particular location is with you. For that particular understanding, you need to go through the YouTube first. That's a free resource, as you know. So understand where I am getting into. Is this field suitable for me? Do I able to work in this domain? Am I ready to get into this kind of job? This is going to become my whole career. Am I selecting the right path for me? Right? So that's why you need to understand the first basic understandings of data analytics first. Go through it. Either you can give 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, or 1 month to understand those basics. That okay, now this is the field where I am comfortable to go. Then second thing, that is you can avail then after the paid trainings. You will say, sir, why don't we learn from YouTube completely? Why it is so? Because see, there are a lot of things available on YouTube. Okay. But still now, not a single platform is there which is fully, or a single channel is not over there which is fully structured for learning particular data analytics. One or two just I seen. Okay. In the next upcoming videos, I will also let you know which are those channels on which you can learn the basic understanding of data analytics. Very famous names are there. So if you will search about data analytics, you will find those channels also. After an understanding of that, why paid trainings are required, a structured, a direct mentoring is required. So those direct mentoring will help you a lot. Whenever we are learning by ourselves, if we are doing mistake, no one is there to tell us either we are correct or not. Whatever we are doing, that is correct for us. But if you will go the trainings in a paid trainings in the mentorship of good trainers, then you will learn the exact optimization of the things. Okay. So there are also two type of trainings available. Live sessions and self-paced learnings are also available. Again, let me tell you, these paid trainings, 98% trainings, which are paid trainings now on learning platforms, those are also giving you the basic understanding of the different tools that is required. Okay. So that thing you will avail after understanding from the YouTube that which particular platform I need to go through. Go through the contents. What is the content that particular training provider are giving to you? Go through that content because now you have the understanding that what is the data analytics and what I need to learn. So you have the understanding now before paying to the paid trainings that what exactly you require. So filter it out, sort it out, the live sessions or the self-paced learning also you can go through that. Recorded videos are there for self-paced learning also, right? Those are structured. That's why the paid trainings are there for it. Then one thing is said to be as boot camps. What is the difference in between availing the boot camp and the individual tool training? You say for the first 2 months, I will learn Excel only. Basically, in boot camp, what happened? Boot camp is for those who just need to get basic knowledge of analytics or basic knowledge of a particular tools. Boot camps are short time training modules, always. Okay. And always in boot camps, there will be basic content deliveries only. Okay. There are individual tool trainings also, dedicated tool trainings. What happens in individual tool trainings? That is the detailed explanation, detailed work, detailed practice, and a lot of projects you can avail in individual tool trainings. That's the best thing in individual tool trainings. That depends on you. What is your budget to learn the things, how you want to move on. Okay. So, as per my suggestion, bootcamp is just the alternative of YouTube, which is paid, and YouTube is free of cost, right? Then finally, search for the project and the portfolio trainings. This is the advanced thing that just 2% of the industry is providing right now. Search for that. What are the projects I need to do? What are the portfolio I need to create? Right? What are the skills? That is communication, presentation, all these things I need to work on with. This is the basic learning resources that you can avail to get into data analytics domain. Fine. Now, let's get into Excel. How? What are the different, you can say, content that we will select in Excel to learn in these 2 months? So, to selecting these different topics, these are just from the very basic to the advanced that you required as a fresher to get into data analytics. Excel is the ocean. You just need to pick only those content that are required as an analyst. Okay. So that's the thing you need to understand also. Fine. So let's see. Let's see what are the different topics that you need to get into it with Excel. I divided all the tools into multiple sections: basic, intermediate, advanced, portfolio, projects, like that. So for the basic understanding of the Excel, what should you learn? You should learn very first thing, that is introduction. Okay, introduction to Excel. Fine. So in introduction to Excel, we have the overview of Excel, understanding cell, rows, column, sheets, basic navigation and the shortcuts available in Excel. Okay. So it will let you understand the interface of Excel, the data entry and formatting methods. Never underestimate Excel and go through the very basic of Excel. Okay, that is required in analytics. The very first thing you need to manage in yourself is your patience with your data. Okay, so start learning from this particular basic concepts of Excel. Then you have to go through the data entry and formatting. How to enter a data into Excel, what are the basic formatting of text, numbers, dates. Okay, three basic data types. Cell references you need to go through, the relative and the absolute cell references. Then the part of formulas and functions must be there. Basic arithmetic formula, common functions that are used like sum, average, count, like that. Logical functions. These are basic concepts. That's why just these things are required. Data sorting and filtering, you need to go through that. Sorting data, filtering data, advanced filter options. Then the charts and the graphs. So this is all about the basic concept of Excel that you need to go through. Okay. Then come with the intermediate concepts. What are the intermediate concepts available in Excel? That are advanced formulas. First and the most important is your lookup functions. Lookup, HLOOKUP, index, match. These are the functions that you need to understand first. Then the text functions you need to go through. Date and time function, which is very important in data analytics, because you always will work with some data and within a time frame, right? Then understand the pivot table and pivot charts. Lookup and pivot, these are the two hands of any analyst in Excel. Okay, so introduction to pivot tables, creating the pivot table and pivot charts, how the slices and timelines are to be used in pivot charts. Okay, go through that. Fine. Then you have the data validation part, right? So in data validation and conditional formatting, you need to understand how to set up a data validation rules, because whenever you are structuring your data, it is very important that it is a validated data. The data that is as per your requirement must be validated. So you need to focus on that part also. Fine. So understand that thing, right? Then setting up data validation rules. Okay. So whenever you will set the data validation part into it, that will be also working for you, right? So data validation will be done, right? Then conditional formatting based on some rules, using custom formulas for conditional formatting. Okay, because every time we don't need to move on to the analytics and formulas to identify particular values. We just need to put the conditional formatting in it, and most of the tasks are done for us. Data import and export. From where we can import our data and from where we can export our data. These two things are also important. How you will import, how you will export your data. What are the different resources that are available in Excel so that you can work with that. Fine. Finally, with the Excel advanced concepts, you have advanced charting techniques that are used in, you can say, advanced analytical dashboards creation. Okay. Combination of charts, dynamic charts, spark lines. So these are the data visualizations that are used for analytics. Okay. Then Power Query. This is the advanced thing in Excel. So you have to go through the Power Query in Excel also. Macros, you heard about that. It is the alternative of macros also. You can understand easily without using the macros, using Power Query. So how to transform the data, how to clean the data, how to merge the data, how to join the data, those kind of things are easily done with Power Query. Power Pivot in data models, Power Pivot and data modeling are the analytical tools in Excel. Power Query is also the additional tool in Excel. So you need to understand about the Power Pivot also. Okay, these are the different things that you can easily avail in Excel, right? Then for particular real world applications, what you require in Excel, whenever you need to implement or you need to deploy any Excel project to your client, what are the things that they expect in that? That is the scenario managers and the goal seeks. Automatically, there is a tool in Excel that is what if analysis. You need to understand how to use that one for the real world applications. Automation using the macros. Simple understanding. There is no requirement of getting into the advanced things of macros. Just the introduction, recording and running simple macros, basic VBA programming. Okay. Then integrating with other Microsoft Office applications also. How to use Excel in conjunction with Word and Power BI. Okay, those things also you need to understand into it, right? Otherwise, you will do your project in Excel, then you are not able to plot, or you don't know how to integrate it with the PowerPoint or Word, how you are going to present it, how your stakeholders will going to understand it, right? That's why. Then some case studies you need to do for your best practices, right? Excel for business analytics, basically analyzing the sales data, financial modeling you need to create. Okay. Best practices for efficient spreadsheet designs, structuring data for scalability, avoiding common pitfalls into it. Excel tips and tricks need to understand for productivity. For productivity, you have the basic tools. Okay. So hidden features and advanced settings in Excel, what are those things? Okay. Excel add-ins that are available with Power Tools. You need to understand like Power Query, Power Pivot. Okay. So what are those add-ins available with Excel so that you can enhance your analytics into it, right? Final project and certifications is also if you will avail any, you can say any trainings that are paid. right? By applying learned concepts, these projects are also very much required. There must be some final review or a question answer sessions with you, so that you will also scale yourself, that up to what level I learned in Excel, right? Some test sort of thing that can be there. Fine. That is about the Excel part. Now, next is your SQL. How to get understand about the SQL, right? So in SQL, again, you need to go through the introduction to database. These are the basic concepts. What is database? Types of database, introduction to MySQL. MySQL or any platform you are learning. For if you are a fresher and learning SQL first time, you need to go through MySQL. That is MySQL or Microsoft SQL Server. Any one of them you can avail, right? Then how to set up Microsoft or MySQL, because installation, downloading SQL is very important again, right? Whatever the tool you are using, you need to understand how to install it. Okay. Downloading and installing understandings, creating the first database into it, right? Then the basic SQL syntax you need to understand, so that you will feel that, okay, I am able to work with SQL. Now I can move ahead with the advanced level of SQL also. Fine. That's the thing. So select, insert, update, delete statement you need to understand. What are the different data types available? What are the different operators available? Okay. Then the database design you need to understand. Basic things. Tables and relationship. What is primary key and foreign key? What are the different normalization methods available? Okay. Data manipulation, because we need to understand the basic uh, data working always, right? So understand that one also. Retrieving data with select statement. Okay. So need to understand that part. Fine. Because always whenever you will get the data, it is not a clean data, you must know. Okay. So understand that thing, and what are the data manipulation methods. You need to go through that one. That is retrieving data with select statement, modifying data with insert, update, and delete functions, right? So if you will go through that, it will be much better, right? So that's the thing. Fine. Now, the intermediate part of SQL, your intermediate part of SQL includes advanced queries, that are the joins, subqueries, and the aggregated functions. Okay. Then indexes and optimizations are also available in SQL, which is in intermediate concepts. Understanding the indexings of the data, query optimization techniques, which is the most important thing in SQL. Explain statement. How explain statement optimizes your queries. Transactional and ACID properties, okay, atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. How these are working in a SQL. Moving ahead with the stored procedure and the user-defined functions. Okay. Now let's get into the advanced concept of SQL. What you need to learn. You need to learn the triggers, the views. Then after views, you need to go through the security and the authentication. Why is it so? Because SQL is the tool that is used to take care the data, and they need to be secured. Authentications must be there so that it will work in a proper way, right? And the things will be handled by a particular authenticated people only, so that the securities and the safety of the data will be ensured. So those things also you need to understand. How to take a backup and the recoveries, replication and clustering available in SQL, the advanced data type that are JSON file and the special data types, how I can use it in SQL. Okay, these things you need to go through in SQL. Real world scenario that now I am ready. I know SQL, but when you will get into the industry, you will see these are the things that are not used in industry. Then what is the thing that is used in industry? Web development using SQL. The data handled on the website, how to manage that? How to manage the data warehousing? Scaling MySQL, that is sharding and partitioning your data. What is NoSQL, right? And how I can use NoSQL with MySQL. Then the case studies and the past practices with your projects must be there to work on, right? Then go with the Python. You need to understand the Python concepts also. So for Python concepts, I will go through little bit quick in that, so that the introduction to Python, again the installation setup of Python, basic syntax understandings and the different data types you need to go through, the control flow, that is the conditional statements, if else, the loops in the programming language of Python, different functions, the different data structures, that is list, tuples, dictionaries. You need to go through this first in Python. Then in the intermediate concepts of Python, file handling, okay, reading from and writing to files, CSV JSON files, error handling, modules and different packages available in Python. Okay. The object-oriented programming of Python. What are the different classes? What is object? Okay. Those things you need to understand. People say that, sir, there are a lot of libraries in Python. We need to learn the libraries. No, you don't need to learn the libraries. You need to learn the structure of Python. If you are able to structure the Python, then the libraries are just the collection of the functions. You can easily implement those functions, right? So in advanced concepts, you need to understand the advanced data structures, decorators and the generators available in Python, concurrency and multi-threading things, basics of concurrency and using the threading modules, working with APIs, database interactions with Python, connecting with different database, performing the CRUD operations, create, read, update, and delete functions. How to work with that. Okay. So that's the thing you need to understand and learn in Python, not the libraries only. If you are able to go through this concept of Python, it will be very easy for you to grab the library concepts. Okay. So real world implementations, that is now for real world application, you need to move on with the libraries. Web development, data analysis using the pandas library, data visualizations using matplot or seaborn library, and the machine learning using scikit-learn library. That are the part of your real world applications. Got it? That's why the libraries are the last part that you need to go through. Different case studies and the best practices you can do with the Python. that is Python in DevOps and automations, coding standards you need to understand, writing clean and readable code, Pythonic code and PEP8 code. These are the case studies and the best practices you can do into it. Fine. So now what is the next? That is the visualization tool that you require to understand. That's the last phase of analytics. Because at last you will do your visualizations and convert your understandings, right, on the basis of the dashboards that you will create. Okay. So Power BI, the tool which is most famous tool in visualizations, I prefer, or you can say I advise myself to you that avail Power BI as a visualization tool if you are a fresher. Okay. So what are the different things you need to understand in Power BI? I request you all, before getting into here, subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon so that the upcoming sessions you will get the notification directly on your mobile. And second thing, put your queries into comment. I will personally look into every query. I will get connected with you and will resolve your every queries. Okay. I will give you a dedicated time for you if you have to discuss it with me 1:1. Okay. So please put your queries into the comment box. Thank you. So Power BI visualization tool. The very first thing, again, two things are common in all the things. First is the introduction, that is basic understanding of the platform. What are the different components of Power BI? Need to understand what is Power BI. That's why, right? So then how to install it and set up Power BI in my system. Introduction to Power BI service. Okay. And one more thing with Power BI, if you don't have your corporate email ID, you are not able to log in with Power BI. If you need a corporate dummy ID, I can provide you so that you can work with Power BI services. So just comment. I will provide you a ID, email ID that works and you can easily work with Power BI services with that. Okay. And your data is secured with that. Don't worry about that. Okay. You are the learners and the data that you will use is already available in online platforms. Okay. So don't worry. It is a secured platform. Then connecting to data. Again, as with SQL, as with Python, as in Excel, how to connect your data. First thing you need to understand about any tool, because we are dealing with the data. If we are not able to import the data properly, how you are going to work with it, right? So connect to data must be understand. What are the different data sources available in Power BI? You need to understand that. Data transformations and cleaning, you need to understand using the Power Query basics that you already gone through the Excel. So now you will not feel much different things in Power BI because Power BI is also a byproduct of Microsoft, right? So you can easily go through these concepts now. Data modeling, how you can model your data, the relationship, the calculated columns, the DAX functions, again over here. So few of the things you already gone through in Excel. Now time to brush it up in Power BI. Okay. Then the intermediate concepts of Power BI, the data visualization, creating the visualization, the tables, the charts, the maps, all type of visualizations, how to format it, how to customize it, how to make it more attractive, how to enhance the uh, insight view of the chart. That is most important, right? So advanced data transformations, you need to understand that what are the different advanced data transformations in it, right? So advanced Power Query techniques, merging and appending queries are also required. Time intelligence in DAX functions. More or less, with time intelligence functions, you can easily go through the quick measures. Okay. The different type of hierarchy and drill through options are also there in Power BI. Need to understand that to create effective visualizations. Okay. Then the advanced concept of Power BI that are the most important part in any visualizations. How the DAX function works, the concept of advanced DAX, advanced data modeling, where you need to understand how to handle many-to-many relationship. This is to be avoided in analytics always when we are doing the data modeling. But if it is available in my data, I need to handle it. How to handle that? How to put a row level securities in it? Power services. How to share your visualizations, your dashboards with the stakeholders. You need to understand it into BI services. BI gateway is also available with Power services because if you are not able to share your visualization with someone, then why you are creating it? That's why it's very important to go through the Power BI services. And if you are planning for PL 300 Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst certification exam, you have to go through these topics also, right? Then the best thing that is for Power BI REST API. If you will complete this one, you are able to create a industrial project also. Fine. Then the real world scenario, that is integrating Power BI with Excel integrations, advanced visualization techniques that are the themes, template, custom visuals, embedded Power BI with applications. Power BI and Azure, because online services are always required. Cloud-based services always required. Microsoft is providing you a lot of free features of Azure with Power BI. So utilize it, search for it, create your own app. Okay. So in that way, you can work with Power BI real world applications. Last, that is the case studies and the best practices in Power BI. That is the real world Power BI use cases, use it. And like sales, finance, healthcare, automation, automobiles, right? Marketing, different type of scenarios you have, create different type of dashboards for those scenarios and go ahead with it. What are the best practices? Optimization of report performances, designing the best visualizations, Azure Analytics. Those things you need to understand in your practice part, right? So these are the things. Now, the best part of it came where you are going to create your portfolio. What are the different platforms where you can create your portfolio? First one, you can create it on Kaggle, GitHub, LinkedIn profile you can create. You can create a free website also using the portfolio codes. Okay. These are the 4 platforms where you can create your portfolios. If there will be a dedicated sessions for each of these different platforms, like for Kaggle, for GitHub, for LinkedIn profile, for portfolio websites, there will be dedicated sessions in upcoming weeks. So don't miss that. Be with me. Prepare for the data analytics in 2024. The year, give a dedicated learning for data analytics. I will be with you. Just message me, drop comment. I will be there to help you out if you are doing your self learnings also. In any situation, just drop a message to me. I will connect with you. Okay. So thank you so much for being with me throughout the particular this video. Happy learnings. Always be patient while working with the data. Thank you. Thank you so much, all of you, being with me.